Social status is something that in school is one of the main focuses of the day, a person who stands out from the rest, but they always find that one who is above the rest in everything, the most popular, the most intelligent and the most athletic. But what happens when that person is looking for a partner? In the animal kingdom, females set challenges to see if a male is worthy. Only the strongest and fastest males pass the tests, but many times they also choose the male who has the courage to approach her. Another day at Metropolis High, Izuku was sitting on the gym bleachers with the other girls, except for Donna, who was downstairs practicing for the gymnastics team. "I've never seen human gymnastics live," Megan commented, having recently entered the school as a new student. "I haven't seen one live either. I'm kind of excited," said Izuku. "Donna has been on the team since last year," Z said as she leaned on Izuku's shoulder, making him blush in the process. Megan blushed a little too, and the others felt a little jealous. Although Izuku, Donna and Z resentfully are in a relationship, they haven't told the others about it until now. Only Diana and Giovanni, Z's father, are the only ones who know. They don't tell Megan since she spied on them and doesn't know about it. But Izuku almost died of fright when Giovanni threatened to turn him into a cockroach if he makes his daughter cry. Below the stands, the school gymnastics team was holding their annual tryouts to select their captain. Barbara Ann Minerva, or simply Barbie as her friends call her, a girl with a great figure with an hourglass body and C-cup breasts, green eyes and blonde hair tied in a ponytail, was wearing her gymnastics uniform, a blue leotard with an orange stripe. "Okay Barbie, your turn," the teacher warned. Running with great agility towards the trampoline in the middle of his path, he made a great leap, executing 2 perfect turns in the air, before landing on the ground with the grace of a cat. They were all impressed and went to praise the girl who only had her eyes closed, acting arrogantly. "That was great Barbie," praised a Castilla girl with 2 pigtails. "I'm sure you'll be the captain." "Ah, of course it was great. After all, it wasn't me who tripped in the finals," he said, making the girl lower her head, feeling bad. "Okay, just Donna is missing," the teacher said. "Come on, Donna, it's your turn." Donna was on one knee, relying on the gods to give her strength and endurance. She opened her eyes and shot out at high speed and did a somersault before jumping on the diving board. Her jump went over the other girls and she did some elegant spins before landing in a curtsy and standing up gracefully. "That was amazing Donna," Izuku shouted from the stands, and Donna greeted him with a slight blush. The other girls also congratulated Donna, ignoring Barbie. "It seems that they are also very close," the teacher commented. "What do you say we make them both captains?" "What?" Barbie shouted indignantly. "Definitely not." "Well." The teacher shrugged. "Congratulations Donna, you will be the new captain this year." Barbie looked at the scene in annoyance, and for a second her pupils slitted like a feline's. In math class, Barbie was putting on makeup looking at her compact. "Congratulations Barbie, you got 100%, it's very rare to have a perfect score in advanced calculus," said the teacher, increasing Barbie's confident smile. "Or so I would say if it weren't for Donna and Izuku, who got 102%. Donna and Izuku were embarrassed under the applause given to them by the other students. How is it possible to get 102% on a test out of 100? Izuku thought, still embarrassed. Barbie had an annoyed look watching them and broke her compact due to the pressure she put with her hand. Barbie was in her sports car approaching the school entrance. She had planned to have a fabulous pool party at her mansion. Nothing screams I'm a rich girl like having a pool party. Parking at the entrance, I managed to see some of the girls. "Hey girls. Pool party at my house," Barbie shouted from her car. "Oh, sorry Barbie, we're helping Izuku prepare for the homecoming dance," said one of the girls, showing a flyer. "You're Barbie, right?" Izuku asked, looking at her. "Would you like to go to the dance? It will be a lot of fun," he said with a smile, walking up to her and giving her the flyer. Barbie blushed a little when she saw him, but when she took the will she pulled herself together and crumpled it and sped off screaming all the way home. "What happened to him?" Izuku asked the group of girls handing out flyers, and they all shrugged. "In the lair under sweet justice. Then I gave him the wheel and he drove off really fast while screaming," Izuku finished telling the girls. "This isn't the first time Barbie has acted like this," Donna said, and the others looked at her. "What do you mean?" Barbara asked. "Well, when I entered school and signed up for the gymnastics team, the captain position was between her and me. I remember that she seemed very upset and seemed like she wanted to throw a tantrum. In the end, I didn't want the position and I turned it down, but she still acts weird every time. It seems like I surpassed her in something," Donna finished. "So she's jealous because you're better than her?" Kara asked, confused. "That sounds ridiculous," Z said. "What else happened that year, Donna?" Karen asked. Nothing out of the ordinary about her, but I was attacked by a female cheetah, Donna said, and was once again looked at by everyone. A cheetah woman? They all asked. Well, one day after practice I was alone in the locker room and I heard someone, and when I turned around I was attacked, Donna said. I was able to defend myself and I changed into the Wonder Girl costume and fought her, but she disappeared and I never saw her again. That sounds disturbing, Jessica said. A cheetah woman? I didn't know the Earth had those species? Megan said with a finger on her chin. Let me explain, dear, Z said. Izuku looked at Donna with intrigue and turned around and started to think, something wasn't wrong. According to Donna, the same year that Barbie and she met and apparently Barbie developed a feud with Donna, a strange cheetah woman attacked her and disappeared and was never seen again. In an elegant mansion, inside a very large and elegant room, a girl was lying face down on her blushing pillow. What does that girl think? Barbie said, thinking about the events at the entrance. Now that I think about it, that boy spends a lot of time with Donna, she said the last part with venom. Barbara Ann Minerva, as long as she can remember, was always a spoiled and self-centered girl. She liked attention and standing out from the rest. Since she started elementary school she was always popular, the best in everything she did, but everything changed in high school when she met Donna. That girl bored her. She was better at everything she did, even when she wanted to be captain of the gymnastics team. She did excellent in the tests, she was sure she would achieve it, but everything changed when Donna also participated. The coach was undecided about who would be the captain. At first he wanted them to be co-captains, but she rejected it and the coach postponed a competition between her and Donna to see who had the position. That night her father went to explore the Amazon to hunt. He snuck into his study and looked for ways to see if he could curse Donna, something exaggerated but she didn't think about it. In the end she found a cheetah figurine and launched the curse. But the result was not as expected. It turns out that the curse affected her, turning her into a cheetah woman and attacking Donna in the locker room the next day. In the end, she only got the captain's position because Donna rejected it. She never felt so humiliated in her life as the day Donna said she didn't want to compete with her for the position. These and many other reasons made no boy act normal in front of her. Of course she was popular among the boys but none had the guts to approach her and those who did were cruelly humiliated. But this afternoon a new boy spoke to her in such a tender, sincere way and his smile was so kind. For the first time her life escaped from a boy and not the other way around. But he remembered something when he got home, that the green-haired boy hung out a lot with Donna. Every time I saw Donna she was with that guy. These heightened feelings may have to do with her beast instincts, but she would have the boy all to herself and if Donna came between him and her, Donna would be finished. The next day, Izuku and the girls were walking to the entrance of the school. Then Garth showed me those cool Star Battle comics, Izuku told Barbara, who was the only one interested in that stuff. Oh, you'll have to lend them to me to take a look at them someday, Babs said excitedly. Upon entering the school, the group found the homecoming dance posters and banners completely torn. But what happened here? Megan asked, confused. Someone sabotaged the signs, Jessica said. Donna picked some up and saw that they were ripped up, then she also noticed the claw marks on the walls. Guys? Donna calls the attention of the group who were enduring Kara's bad jokes. Look at this. The others looked at the claw marks on the walls. Are they claw marks? Karen asked with a look of confusion seeing the marks. Yes, they are similar to the marks that were in the locker room the day that creature attacked me, said Donna. Are you saying that the cheetah woman? The one who attacked you, reappeared? Izuku asked. It's very likely, Donna said. We need to evacuate the students and search for the attacker, Izuku suggested. Yeah, that sounds good, but how did we get over 300 students out? Z said, and a fire alarm went off along with the sprinklers. When the others turned around they saw Kara whistling near an alarm. What? You needed them to leave, right? Kara said. Well, it's time to change, said Barbara. Megan, Z and Jessica were immediately transformed. Karen took her shrunken suit out of her medallion and put it on at high speed. Donna spun around at high speed and when she stopped she was wearing her Wonder Girl costume. Kara flew out into an empty room and as soon as she entered she came out with her suit on. Barbara entered a locker and when she came out she had her suit. Izuku, having the most equipped and difficult to put on suit, entered a dressing room and changed. When everyone was ready for some reason they made a team pose. But the lights went out, scaring Megan who clung to Izuku. That was sudden, said Megan still hugging Izuku. Okay, it's over, Megan. Izuku stroked Megan's head to calm her down. He wished Megan would play with Eri. Izuku saw that her behavior was like that of an infant and he couldn't help but treat her like Eri sometimes, like when she gets scared. Are you done? Donna asked in a cold voice and Z had a very sweet smile. Okay, now that the power's out, I think we should split up to find her, said Batgirl. What? Have you never seen horror movies? Deku shouted, if we separate they'll hunt us down easier. The girls looked at each other and Jessica said, come on Izuku, those are movies, and they only show if the teenagers are kissing. When she said that, Jessica along with the others blushed. I asked to go with Deku, Zatanna shouted, grabbing Deku and flying out of there. No wait I also wanna go with him. Wonder Girl said. Come on, let's split up, said Batgirl. Deku and Zatanna were looking for signs of the cheetah woman. Zatanna was in her teenage fantasies, having the image of her and Izuku kissing in the hallways. Hey Zatanna? Izuku called. What's wrong, bunny? Zatanna asked with a finger on her chin. I think I found a clue? Deku pointed to a part of the hallway. Isn't that your locker? Z said. Izuku's locker was violently opened and all his belongings were lying around. Deku quickly checked them to see if he was missing anything. Something wrong? Zatanna asked. I'm missing a handkerchief that I used in my cologne, said Deku and heard Zatanna hold back laughter. What's wrong? Do you wear cologne? Zatanna asked. I use it sometimes, it's not a very strong smell and it's almost undetectable, said Izuku. So why did you buy it? I asked confused. The lady who sold it to me was very insistent and I didn't know how to refuse, admitted Deku. Oh, bunny, I'll have to teach you how to say no. But they didn't see a shadow that passed through one of the corridors. Deku felt his phone ring. It's Karen, she was with Barbara and they were attacked, Izuku informed. We have to catch the cheetah woman quickly, said Zatanna. A few hours later they found nothing else in the hallways, so Deku and Zatanna went to look in the cafeteria. It's very dark, I can hardly see anything, said Deku. Isn't that Megan? Zatanna said, watching a trembling Megan checking under the tables. Hey Megan, Izuku shouted and Megan saw them with joy and flew to Izuku, hugging him. It's good that you're here. Miss Martian shouted, I was so scared. Cough cough, are you done? Z asked jealously. And Megan quickly separated from Izuku. Izuku's phone rang and he checked a message from Jessica. Jessica and Donna were attacked in the library. Donna is fine but Jessica is unconscious. This woman moves fast, it's just us, Zatanna said. One of the cafeteria entrances opened and closed, alerting the heroes. They stood back to back in combat positions. Hoar. A shadow quickly jumped, knocking Deku out of the formation, and then jumped at Zatanna when I was too surprised to prepare myself. When Zatanna is lying on the floor, she fell unconscious after hitting her head hard against the ground. Megan used heat vision to damage the cheetah woman but failed due to her speed. But what was that? Deku got up from the ground still stunned and saw Megan trying to hit a very elusive shadow with her heat vision. Help! Deku! Miss Martian shouted. Deku saw Zatanna unconscious on the ground. I have to do something. Deku prepared to jump towards the elusive one for all. Full cowling 20%, he muttered. Charging his body with lightning, he launched himself and charged at the cheetah woman, knocking her to the ground. Miss Martian, go get reinforcements, Deku shouted and Megan nodded and flew away. Well, I just have to keep you here until the others arrive, said Deku, looking at the cheetah woman, who was just watching him without doing anything. You're very still, aren't you? I know. What if instead of cheetah woman we call you Cheetah? Cheetah nodded. Alone, can you understand me? Deku asked, impressed. Cheetah nodded too. And so they stayed for a while, until the cheetah started sniffing the air. What are you looking for? The cheetah was on its back and Izuku was sitting on its belly and holding its arms to immobilize it. Cheetah continued sniffing the air until he stopped and stared at Deku and started purring. What's going on? Deku screamed. Cheetah quickly changed places with Deku having him underneath her. The cheetah slowly approached a nervous Deku. He closed his eyes thinking that they would do something bad to him, but he opened them in surprise when he felt her rub a cheek against his even though he had his hood on. What? He's acting like a cat, Izuku commented to himself and instinctively began to pet when Cheetah purred happily. This is weird. The cafeteria doors opened again and the other girls entered. Deku, are you okay? Jessica asked, scared seeing him being subdued by the cheetah. Yes, I'm fine, I think she acts more like an animal than anything, Deku said. Cheetah stopped rubbing against Deku and looked at the others and ran off, knocking down Bumblebee in the process. He's getting away, Donna shouted, going out to chase him. The team went after her except for Zatanna, who was still unconscious, and Miss Martian, who stayed to help her. "Shall I go into the boys' locker room?" Green Lantern said, confused. "I'll go in," said Deku, being the only hungry member. Upon entering, he found the place destroyed, and lifted a cloth from the floor thinking it could be used to catch the cheetah. "Searching for her, I can't hear her or hear any movements from her, but I notice a hand sticking out from the corners of the lockers." When he went to check, he blushed and fell to the ground and quickly covered his eyes. On the floor was an unconscious Barbie, completely naked. He quickly threw the cloth to cover her. The next day after the events of the cheetah, in the locker room, Izuku discovered the connection of Barbara and Minerva with the cheetah. The girls, after finding a naked Barbie in the male locker room, for some reason did not find any connection, except Batgirl, who began to do a secret investigation. Luckily for Izuku, the girls took Barbie and gave her clothes. Another thing is that they cancelled the homecoming dance until next week. "I have math today?" Izuku muttered, searching for his math book from his recently repaired locker. "I still wonder why mine was the only one she destroyed." "Hello, Green," a female voice from behind Izuku greeted him. As he ran, he met Barbie, who looked at him flirtatiously, but since she is Izuku, she didn't notice him. "Oh, hi Barbie," said Izuku, smiling at her. "Hey, your name is Izuku, right?" Barbie asked. "Yes, Izuku Midoriya," the green-haired boy replied. "You can call me Izuku." What's up, Izu?" "Yes, Izu, I'll call you that," Barbie said, pointing at him with her finger. "I'll tell you this only once, so I hope you listen carefully." "What do you want to tell me?" I asked, confused. "You'll be mine, Izu," said Barbie, and went to where she gave a superb smile to Donna, who was hidden in the corner of the hallway. What was that?" Izuku asked, to no one in particular. "Izuku." Donna came out from behind Izuku with her hands on her hips and her cheeks puffed out. "What was all that?" Izuku got scared and started to sweat nervously. No. "I have an idea. I'll have to talk to Z about it." Donna pouted and started to walk away. "What was all this?" Izuku muttered. "This is so confusing. Why do girls have to give messages like this?" Another new day in Metropolis High, after Barbie's declaration to a confused Izuku that she was seen by an annoyed Donna, who told Z, after a gift from the couples of the lucky green-haired number 1, they ended up clarifying that every time Barbie approached him, one of them had to be there. Izuku sometimes thought they were very jealous, but he was afraid to say it out loud. These days Izuku's group received the news that they would have a new student who transferred from another school. According to what they heard, she was a cheerleader who went out with the captain of the American football team, Hal Jordan, that only fit with Carol Ferris, the girl who tried to attack them, to be with Hal. Of course, you are no longer obsessed with him, and a few days ago he received a friend request from Carol on a social network that was made. Why would Carol want to study here? If Hal does too? Izuku said to himself. She didn't think much of it. Carol was herself, she could do whatever she wanted. Izuku ooh. The green-haired boy heard his short friend scream. What's wrong, Garth? Why are you so upset? Izuku asked. His black-haired friend looked a little pale and tired. I couldn't sleep much last night, Garth confessed. Last night I got a text from an unknown number. It's very strange, and they also sent me a picture. Look. Hello darling, you don't know me but I know you, you're so cute, I'll see you tomorrow at school, kisses XOXOXO. P.S. I sent you something for you to enjoy. When Izuku saw the drop he blushed. 74. When Izuku saw the drop he blushed. Put that away, Garth, Izuku said. If a girl sees you have that she'll call you a pervert, the green-haired man whispered to his friend. You're right, he said, putting away his cell phone, but you have to help me, Izuku. Something like this has never happened to me, honestly, I feel harassed. Maybe it was just me, but did that girl have a tattoo on her butt? Izuku said distractedly. I think so, but that's not the point. The boy said I need help with this, I don't know how to deal with it. Izuku began to think about the boy's situation. It was certainly very unusual. It reminded him of a plot from those animes that Mineta watched. Maybe you should wait and see how things go, said Izuku. First you would have to know who the girl is, which you don't know yet, and she hasn't done anything extreme, well enough to consider calling the police. Maybe you have to take things calmly and wait for them to resolve themselves, said Izuku simply. Frankly, he had no idea how to help him with this situation, so he said the first thing that came to mind. Well, I'll take your advice, friend, said the boy, and walked away from Izuku. But no one noticed how a female figure discreetly watched them, pretending to check her locker, specifically seeing the black-haired boy. All my love is scared of me, how sweet, maybe I'll send him more pictures today. The girl said, closing her locker. Izuku was in his biology class, which he shared with Jessica and Kara. Currently they were talking about the events that occurred by Cheetah, although both Jessica and Kara were very attached to Izuku to the jealousy of the male students. "It's incredible that a Catwoman would catch me," Kara said to herself, because on that occasion she went alone and the cheetah always managed to escape from her. "Don't feel bad, it happened to me too, even worse," said Jessica. They stopped talking the moment the teacher came in. "Okay guys, today you'll have a new classmate, you can come in sweetie." The moment the teacher finished, a girl came in, familiar to Izuku, Jessica and Hal, who was in the same room flirting with some girls. "Hello everyone, I'm Carol Ferris, it's a pleasure to meet you." When she finished introducing herself, Hal Jordan stood up from his seat, surprising everyone. "You won't catch me," I scream and jump through an open window, escaping the place. Everyone looked at the chestnut tree's behavior in surprise and others laughed at him. The teacher sighed, "Someone tell young Jordan that he's being punished for skipping class." The class continued normally, except for the looks Carol sent to Izuku, which was noticed by both Kara and Jessica, who became more attached to Izuku so that the girl would leave him alone, but it seemed that it didn't work because Carol would throw kisses and winks at Izuku, who was pretending to be the district. After another long day of classes for our group of heroes, they decided to go to Dulce Justicia to have a well-deserved rest. "Izuku!" A squeaky voice made Izuku and the girls turn around, finding Carol running towards them, or more specifically Izuku, and the moment she arrived she jumped to hug him, earning the annoyance of everyone except Megan, who saw her confused. "Hey, let it go!" Donna and Z shouted, standing next to Izuku and hugging him each with an arm. "Who are you?" Z asked, annoyed with the girl for hugging her boyfriend. I'm Carol, Izuku's friend," said the girl smiling. "Carol?" Karen asked. "Hal Jordan's ex," Jessica explained. The girls had already heard Star Sapphire's story. "Or that Carol," said Barbara. "Hey Carol, do you want to join us for Sweet Justice?" Izuku asked, to Carol's delight and the others' displeasure, except for Megan, who was happy to have a new friend. Now in Sweet Justice the girls got to know Carol a little better. They still didn't trust her with Izuku because it seemed that she wanted him only for herself. And if Carol was a little clingy with Izuku, much to the jealousy of Z and Donna. "And that's why I decided to come study at your school," Carol finished telling the reason for her transfer. It turns out that her mother is a little worried about her obsession with Hal, but the day she said she got over him and that she should throw away everything she had related to him, her mother told her that she would do whatever she asked, and she asked to study in the same place as Izuku. At first her mother believed it was because of Hal, but when she told her that the boy who helped her get over him studied there too, she couldn't deny it. "Good for you Carol, Hal is a complete idiot," Jessica said, finishing her lemon tart. "I think I'll get another slice for Wally." When Jessica got up, Carol couldn't get it out of her head. She felt like she had seen her somewhere else, but which one? She kept seeing her while she drank her strawberry milkshake. "Oops, the fork fell," Jessica said, bending down to pick it up. At that moment Carol saw its large tail, and immediately the image of a large-tailed Green Lantern came to mind, spitting his drink in the face of an annoyed Karen who proceeded to wipe it off with a napkin. Carol stared at Jessica, who was now asking for another slice of cake. "Could it be true?" Carol said out loud, heard by everyone. "What's wrong, Carol?" Megan asked. "I need to talk to Jessica for a moment," Carol said, standing up and taking Jessica by the arm and pulling her out of Sweet Justice. "Okay, what was that?" Kara asked, seeing what happened. "No idea," Donna replied, taking advantage of Carol's departure to sit next to Izuku. A few hours later the group decided to go to Donna's apartment to watch a movie. They sent a message to Jessica that she hadn't returned yet. Eri was in the LexCorp building with her friend Lena, who said she would bring her later. Izuku was calm because Mercy told him that she would take care of them at all times so that nothing bad would happen in their care. A few moments later someone knocked on the apartment door. When Donna went to open it she found Jessica, who was nervous, and Carol, who had her arms crossed. "What's wrong, Jessica?" Donna asked. "We need to talk," Jessica said with a small blush of embarrassment. A little while later everyone was seated except for Carol, who looked at each of them. "Well, what's going on? Why is this meeting?" Kara asked. "She knows," Jessica said, and the others looked at her. "She knows that we are heroes." As soon as she said that, the others looked at Carol in fear. "Calm down, I won't tell anyone. After all, I must assume that you already know that I have powers, right?" Carol said. The others nodded. "I'm surprised that Izuku is a superhero, but he already knew that I was Star Sapphire." "Well, how did you find out?" Barbara asked. When I saw Jessica she looked familiar, but when I saw her big butt I knew she was Green Lantern, Carol revealed, embarrassing Jessica. Well, that makes sense, said Barbara. I don't have a big butt, Jessica shouted with a strong blush. Well, you have to admit you have a good butt, right, Izuku, said Kara, hitting Izuku with her elbow. Well, CC, certainly why you fit T, the description, said a blushing Izuku. Jessica just blushed and hit her face with one of the pillows. After discovering that Jessica was a Green Lantern, I just put the pieces together. Because of all that, you are the correct number of members and your figures are also similar, said Carol. From now on, hide your identity better. If someone knows only one of you, they will know that the others are also supers. Well, now she knows, said Z. The good thing is that you won't say anything, right? Karen said. No, I won't say anything, but I want to join you, said Carol to the amazement of the others. Why? Izuku asked. I have the powers and the love to be a heroine, and if you're together for so long, I want to join too, so I can spend more time with Izuku and have new friends. Carol revealed, throwing herself at Izuku and hugging him. Well, if you want to join that's fine, said Donna, containing her jealousy and forcing a smile. Well, now we have a new member on the team, Barbara said excitedly. Carol separated from Izuku and saw everyone. I hope you don't hide anything else from me. There is nothing else, they all said. Carol went to the kitchen for a glass of water when an albino girl entered the apartment. Eri didn't see Carol, but she did see her. The little girl went up to Izuku and climbed onto his lap. She looked a little tired and just hugged Izuku. Hey Dad, I'm back. The others were sweating with nerves when they saw Carol's shocked look. Dad, I want ice cream, Who is she? Eri just saw Carol. This will take a while, said Izuku. That day Izuku told Carol everything and almost had to comfort her by telling her that the little girl was her daughter. Of course, he was able to clarify the matter with her. Carol was also excited to have Eri around and often told them, daughter, that she would be their mother, to the jealousy and annoyance of the others. Luckily Izuku took it as an impulse of love caused by the ring. He also told him that he and Eri come from another world, and Eri even showed him her little horn. For diabetes of the girl who almost suffocated Eri in a hug. That day Carol came home late. Another day in Metropolis, a week after Carol's appearance at school and her joining the team. Izuku was summoned by Superman along with Kara for a mission. Kara was very excited to prove to her cousin that she was also a great heroine. So what are we going to do? Asked an excited Supergirl. Fight against Metallo, Bizarro, Parasite. What villain should we crush? Superman looked at her with a smile that confused her. I called you not to fight but to help me in a charity event for Stark Labs. Kara looked at him disappointed. Really? A charity event? Supergirl, heroes don't just fight, they also help in whatever way they can for the benefit of others, said Izuku. Kara looked at him and sighed. Okay, what are we going to do? You're a good influence on me, cousin. Kara blushed and hit her cousin who wasn't strong enough to move him. All you have to do is look and entertain the children. You may know it, but you are very popular with the children. What kind of charity are we supporting? Kara asked. Apparently a metahuman disaster reconstruction, said Izuku, looking at his cell phone. Well, this organization helps the city a lot by repairing everything destroyed by villains and metahuman fights, and not only that, it also helps the affected families, said Superman. The children of the employees along with other children will come to see the most popular heroes available. Izuku and Kara watched with confusion. Batman refused to come and Wonder Woman went to see her mother for some reason. Apparently this event will also serve to raise funds to build new schools in the poorest neighborhoods of the city, said Izuku, putting away his cell phone. Upon arriving at the event, the children immediately went with the three heroes. Superman showed off his strength and flew with some kids and signed autographs. With Supergirl, there were mostly girls who asked her about everything, including if she was Deku's girlfriend, to her embarrassment and to the delight of her cousin. Deku played with the children using his black whips and jumping with a low percentage of 1 for all and told them stories of patrolling. Deku is really good with kids, said one of the mothers at the event. For a time, Deku's name became known as the hero's official name, thanks to interviews with members of the League. But because of a joke by Diana, who said that her powers were given by impulses from a radioactive rabbit, she earned the craziest theories about him, and because his suit was similar to that of a rabbit. It's good to see that the young heroes are so good with the little ones, said another parent. Being like this is a good sign that he will be a great father, said one of the mothers with a small blush, worrying her husband. All this was heard by Supergirl, who only looked at Deku with admiration. I knew he was very good with children just by seeing him together. And she knew that he is already a great father, In her imagination, Kara saw herself and Izuku in a house next to an older Eri and a blonde baby with emerald eyes. Kara quickly shook her head to erase that image. With the event over, the three returned to their homes. Anjara had a lot to think about. Luckily she has her adoptive mother and sister to help her. In the Amazon's apartment, Izuku entered and saw Diana and Bruce in the living room. He was a little surprised to see Batman, but he assumed he was there to be with Diana. For some reason they are now a couple. "Oh Izuku, it's good that you're back, I have something to tell you," said Diana. "What's wrong, sister?" Donna asked as she entered the room. "Well, I told my mother about my relationship with you and she wants to meet Bruce and Izuku," Diana replied, "so we're going to the island of the Amazons." "What?" Donna and Izuku shouted. Batman just opened his eyes wide. He knew his now girlfriend would tell him something important, but he didn't think she would say that. "I recommend you guys bring your hero costumes and weapons," Diana said. Meeting Diana and Donna's mother will undoubtedly be very exciting. Today Izuku, along with one of his girlfriends, sister-in-law and friend, were flying over sea level directly to Paradise Island Themyscira, home of the Amazons. Our green friend was very nervous. Not only would he meet his girlfriend's mother, but he would most likely have to fight against the Amazons to prove himself worthy of her, as Diana told him. "What are you doing, Batman?" Izuku asked, curious as he saw the Dark Knight preparing his belt, filling it with bat grenades and batarangs. "A council Midoriya, if your girlfriend's mother is the queen of a tribe of warrior women who hate men. You better be prepared not to die," said Batman, removing a drop of sweat from Izuku. "Don't be exaggerated, honey." "Well, maybe you're a little right," Wonder Woman said, watching the men prepare me and devise plans for any contingency. "They're very similar in some ways, aren't they?" Donna asked with a smile. "You know, I've never been on an invisible jet," Izuku said, looking at the sea below his feet. "Hey Izuku, who did you leave Eri with?" Diana asked. "I left her with the girls, they said they would take care of her until we get back," said Izuku. Target Department. "Where is Eri?" a scared Karen shouted. "Eri, get out of wherever you are," Barbarian shouted. Jessica searched every corner of the apartment with Z samples. Kara searched for her with X-ray vision. Back on the invisible jet. "The girls must be doing a great job," Donna said, not noticing a suspicious box moving around on the jet. "Eri is a good girl, I don't think she will disobey them," said Diana. "That reminds me, sister, did you tell our mother about Eri?" Donna asked. "Of course not. How do you think he would feel if I told him that your boyfriend has a daughter and that you will be her mother?" Diana spoke. "We will tell him someday." After a few hours of travel, our group arrived at the island. The jet landed right in front of the palace. Izuku could notice the armed Amazons making a path to the palace stairs. They certainly seemed strong, most of them were 2 meters tall. They looked very intimidating, Izuku couldn't help but say when he saw them with those terrifying looks. "That's what most of our Amazon sisters are like," said Diana, getting off the jet with Batman. Donna went down, followed by Izuku, who was getting nervous feeling the stares of the Amazons, but the Amazons noticed that he also went down a box that followed his princesses and partners. They did not give it importance, saying things about the world of men. Inside, a luxurious palace decorated with different paintings recounting the exploits of the Amazons and the occasional animal skin. "Welcome back, daughters, and I welcome them," said Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons, a 2-meter-tall woman with blonde hair down her back, a golden crown on her head, a white dress that reached her ankles that covered her hourglass figure, DD-cup breasts and a wasp waist. "Nice to see you again, Queen Hippolyta," said Batman, bowing to the Amazon. That's her mother, but she looks very young," Izuku expressed in amazement. "Compliments won't help you, young man," Hippolyta said harshly, and Izuku bowed in fear. "Well, I called them because my daughter Diana said they're her partners." Well, mother, let me introduce you to Izuku Midoriya," said Donna. "A pleasure, Queen Hippolyta," said Izuku, bowing again. "HNMP, he seems like a very weak man for you," Hippolyta said harshly. "He's not weak, mother. Izuku is one of the strongest men outside," Donna shouted, defending Izuku. Hippolyta just sighed and turned back to Diana. "And he is your partner. He is certainly able and he has helped us many times, but he is not worthy enough for you. Honestly, mother, you don't know what he's capable of, just like Izuku. If you just look down on them, you won't be able to see what they can do," Diana said calmly. "You're right, Diana, I'm sorry, but you must understand that as a mother no man is worthy of my little one," said the queen, softening her gaze and giving a smile to her daughters. "I've had a question since you arrived, but what's in that box?" Hippolyta said, pointing at the box behind the group who looked at her in surprise. You the sad sister? Diana asked. No, I thought it was you, Donna said. Hey girls, said Izuku pointing at the box, I think the box is laughing. Batman approached the box and lifted it, but no one noticed that inside it was a small albino. Hello. 5? Izuku, Donna and Diana shouted. Queen Hippolyta approached Eri who smiled at her and lifted her up. Who is this cutie? Said Hippolyta rubbing Eri's cheeks who smiled at her. Izuku and Donna were sweating with nerves because of Eri's appearance. Diana, on the other hand, just laughed. It seemed that her mother would meet her future granddaughter. Batman just seemed uninterested at this point. I'm Eri Midoriya, Eri shouted with a Midoriya smile. I'm Izuku's daughter. And now Mama Donna's daughter too. Hippolyta turned to her daughter and Izuku with an angry face and lowered Eri. Young Izuku, could you explain this to me? I asked, about to grab a sword from who knows where. Why didn't you tell me you're dating, Dad? Greater than 3, Eri asked, trying to put on an annoyed look. After an hour of explaining to Queen Hippolyta who is about to decapitate Izuku. Things calmed down a bit. Now Hippolyta had Eri on her lap while she ate an apple. It turns out that it didn't take long for the girl to become attached to Hippolyta. The little girl was like a granddaughter to a queen. And with the relationship his daughter had with her father, he would be one day. Well, I didn't just bring them here to see them, said Hippolyta, looking at Izuku and Batman. They also have to pass a series of tests to prove they are worthy of my daughters. What kind of tests? Batman asked. Your Batman will have to fight against my Amazons plus Avales, said Hippolyta pointing to a group of Amazons with swords who looked defiant to the Dark Knight. Good luck Bruce, I'll be cheering you on, Diana said, giving him a little kiss. You can do it, Uncle Bat. Cheer up, little Eri. Well, Eri has faith in me, so I'll do my best to win, said Batman, following the Amazons to a coliseum. And you, young Izuku, as my daughter told me that you have powers, you will have to face my sisters, the strongest of us Amazons. Antiope and Melanippe, she said laughing, and the named ones appeared. One was a beautiful black-haired woman resembling Hippolyta with armor and Amazon and sword. The woman saw Izuku with an annoyed face. The other was a brown-haired woman who had a softer look. She was identical to Hippolyta, and like the other she had armor and a sword but also a shield. Hello nieces. Greeted the brunette. Aunt Melanippe. Hello. Donna greeted. It's a pleasure to see you, Aunt, said Diana. So he's the man we have to fight, right? Asked the other woman who Izuku deduced was Antiope. Hi he said Izuku nervously. In one of the coliseums on the island, Izuku was with Donna, who gave him advice for the battle. Listen Izuku, my aunts will attack with everything, especially my aunt Antiope, so don't hold back, Donna said. But if I hurt them and if... Izuku was silenced by Donna. Attack with everything Izuku, don't be a coward, a single blow from you can destroy a mountain, right? Donna said sternly. So attack with everything at once, this isn't a comic. Okay, I'll fight with everything at once, said Izuku. Well said, it lasts as little as possible, I want to go home and spend time with the girls, said Donna, giving him a kiss and then leaving with her mother and sister. Now you'll see, dirty man, no one is worthy of my niece, Antiope shouted. I have nothing against you, but as a warrior I will give my all in this battle, and thank you for noticing my niece, Melanippe said with a smile. They're like water and oil, Izuku whispered, watching the sisters. Let the battle begin, Hippolyta shouted, starting the fight. Ah, Antiope shouted, running towards Izuku with his sword in his hand, ready to cut Izuku down. One for all 50%, whispered Izuku, making the rays run through his entire body, surprising the Amazon Smas. Izuku shouted, using only his fingers to create a draft. Pushing Antiope into one of the walls of the Colosseum, under the shocked gaze of everyone, he saved Donna, who was smiling. By Zeus, he could have done that attack with just his fingers, Hippolyta said, impressed. Daddy is strong, he's a hero, Eri shouted, come on, Daddy, win, Daddy. Cheer up, Eri. Wow, that was impressive, Melanippe said. I hope you go with the same force against me, he shouted, throwing his shield at Izuku. The green-haired man dodged the shield by moving with the full cowling to one side, and raised his arm to block a blow from Melanippe. You're evil, I admit it, said the Amazon, kicking Deku in the ribs. But you're just a kid. Even if it doesn't seem like it, I've been training for battle in this world for millennia and, The Amazon couldn't finish her monologue because Deku hit her in the side, throwing her out of the Colosseum. One less, one more to go. Izuku was determined to finish the match quickly, he didn't want to prolong it too much. After all, he knew he could win with just one hit. In his world he used to hold back during training and when he fought with minor villains who were not a problem for him. It is not that he was the strongest being there, but he is very close to being it if he controlled one for all at 100%. You don't think so, boy? Antiope appeared behind Izuku to cut him on the back. But Deku was faster, turning and taking Antiope with his black whip. Sorry about this, but Dana asked me not to hold back, said Izuku, slamming her against the ground again and again. I laugh, said Antiope, swallowing her pride. After a short meeting, Antiope and Melanipa were being healed by Eri, which surprised the Amazons a lot. Hippolyta declared Izuku the winner, making him worthy of being with her youngest daughter. Grandma Hippolyta? Eri said to the queen. Where is Uncle Batman? Eri is here. A voice entered the palace, Diana being accompanied by a very exhausted Batman with his suit destroyed. He was missing a cape and part of his upper suit. It was tough, but I ended up winning, said Bruce. I apologize to you both. You have proven yourselves worthy of being with my little ones, said Hippolyta. It will also be an honor for the Amazons that you become our allies and we yours. It would be an honor, Your Highness, said both heroes. And something else, Dana, the queen said to her youngest daughter, I like her, Eri. If you come one of these days, I'd like to have a grandmother-granddaughter moment. Mother! Dana screamed in embarrassment. Yes. Another grandmother, Eri shouted, jumping to hug Hippolyta, who responded happily. Hey brat, next time you come back we'll fight again and this time I'll be the winner, Antiope said, hugging Izuku from the side. Why yes ma'am, I'll be ready for when that day comes, Izuku said. When you come back I hope you're stronger, that punch of yours really knocked me down. It's been a while since I lost a fight, said Melanipa smiling, and when you're here I'll show you the island. You can come with Dana and I'll show you the most romantic places on the island, said the embarrassed Amazon to Izuku and Dana. Hey Aunt, I wanted to do that, Diana said childishly. Well it's time to go, said Bruce. And Eri, don't you think she's free of problems, young lady? Dana said, looking at Eri, who had a basket full of apples, a gift from her new grandmother and aunts. If Eri imagined how the others must be, they said they would take care of you and you weren't there, Izuku scolded. With the others. The girls were searching for Eri all over the city with the help of Megan and Carol, who later went to the apartment. Where are you, Eri? Megan shouted. Come on honey. Come out, mommy will get upset if you don't come out, Carol shouted. Girls, Izuku sent me a message, Jessica shouted, drawing the attention of everyone who came closer to listen to it. Jessica, tell the others that Eri hid on the jet and came with us. Sorry if she caused you problems, but we didn't know she was a stowaway until we arrived at the island. The message after being read drew sighs of relief from the others. That girl will be my downfall, said Carol, massaging her temples. The good thing is that Eri is safe and Izuku and Dana are on the way, said Batgirl. Hey, Bumblebee said, remember how we left the apartment? The others only remembered the place completely. It was a pigsty while they tried to find Eri in the apartment. We have to fix it, they shouted and went back as fast as possible. On the jet. I'm sure they're okay, 3 said the little girl. It's not funny, Eri, you must be very worried, said Diana. When we get back you'll be grounded, no TV, no candy, and no internet, Dana said. No. The little girl screamed. After arriving in Metropolis City after the events on Amazon Island, Izuku, Dana and Eri went to the apartment. Diana said she would spend some quality time with her partner before returning, so the 3 of them would be alone. When he found out that Dana was his father figure's partner, he jumped up and down with excitement, saying new mommy things. Dana quickly told him that he had to keep the secret for a while. But mommy, why can't I tell anyone that you're daddy's girlfriend? Asked a confused Eri. Well you see Eri, it turns out that your father and I are in an unconventional relationship, said Dana blushing a little. Why do you say that? The little girl asked again. Wait a minute, Dana said, walking over to the phone she put on her nightstand and typing a quick text message. A few minutes passed in silence, and when Eri wanted to ask again, a sparkling amethyst light illuminated the entire room, and when the light went out, a nervous Z came out. Tell me what you put in the message is true? Does she know? The magician asked hurriedly. Why don't you ask him? Dana said, pointing at a confused girl. Eri. Honey, you see we have something to tell you, said Z, trying to get rid of her nerves. Damn, I thought this would be simple. After an hour of conversation, Z also revealed that she is Izuku's girlfriend and that in the future, if everything goes well, both she and Dana could marry the same man. The little girl alone was more excited. Not only did she have a new mommy, but she had two. Great double prize from moms, Eri shouted, hugging Z and Dana, who responded with pleasure. But Eri, you can't tell anyone about our relationship with Izuku, you understand, said Dana, receiving a nod from Eri. That also means you can't call us moms until we decide to tell the others about our relationship, Z said, stroking the albino's head. Understood, 3, he said, giving a military salute. Well, I think it's time to go, said Z, taking a wand out of her cleavage. Rest, sugar cube. Rest, Mom, Z, said the happy girl. Z gave a smile before disappearing in a flash. Well, Eri, it's late and tomorrow you have classes, so let's go to sleep, said Dana, tucking the little girl in. Another day on the streets of Metropolis. After school, our group of friends decided to patrol the city, helping in any way they could. Under Izuku's instructions, a hero is not only the one who fights the bad guys, but the one who helps without expecting anything in return in any situation where someone needs help. Calm down, little girl, said Supergirl, taking down a cat from a tree. Here is your pet. Thank you, Supergirl, said the girl while hugging both her and her cat. Oh, how cute, said Star Sapphire, watching the scene. Even though Supergirl tries to act tough, she likes cute things, said Deku, who was patrolling with the two heroines. Ready, one more good deed, said Supergirl, approaching Deku and hitting his shoulder. And don't think I didn't hear you, besides every girl likes cute things. You guys are really good friends, aren't you? Star Sapphire asked with a face that for a second reminded Izuku of his good friend Uraka during the misunderstanding on Ai Island. Of course we are very good friends, no, Deku, said Supergirl, teasing Carol a little with the flirting with Deku. Star Sapphire couldn't say anything because a nearby explosion caught her attention. Let's go, Deku shouted, jumping with the full cowling. Quickly arriving at the scene of the explosion, they found a destroyed bank and overturned police patrol cars. For some reason, one of the officers was shirtless and another was on the ground, knocked out, with his pants down. But what the hell happened here? Supergirl asked, looking at the place in surprise. I don't know if it's my feminine intuition or if it's just obvious, but I think she's responsible, Star Sapphire said, pointing a few blocks away to a girl calmly carrying a few sacks of money. We have to catch her, Supergirl said, flying towards her. Deku and Star Sapphire quickly followed her. Stop, miss, but those bills don't seem to be your property, said Star Sapphire, making a little joke. Oh no, dear, this belongs to me now, said the girl. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the bad luck sorceress, the fabulous Jinx. The girl looked younger than the trio of heroes. She was a pale girl with a permanent blush on her pale pink cheeks, long eyelashes and magenta eyes, hair of the same color that fell in two pigtails tied with black tails. She wore a purple dress with long black and purple striped stockings, black and purple platform boots and a black necklace. Girl, you take witch fashion to another level, said Supergirl, mocking Jinx's outfit, who blushed with a pout. At least I don't walk around like a nobody in revealing cosplay. Look, girl, you better have some respect. Supergirl shouted angrily. Take this, bitch, Jinx shouted, launching a wave of magenta energy towards Supergirl, who dodged it. Is that all you got, kiddo? Supergirl asked mockingly, without seeing what the energy wave hit a nearby fire hydrant that exploded in Supergirl's direction. Ha 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 ha, what are you saying now, cheap copy? Jinx mocked, but a hand on her shoulder made her turn around and see Deku. I'm in trouble, right? Girl, you better give back the money you stole, said Deku. You know, for a second I forgot there were 3 of you, Jinx said with a sigh. I've never heard of you? Are you new to this? Deku asked. Yes, you could say I'm a novice at being bad, said the girl. Look, girl, I won't ask why you're doing this, but you have a gift, that's for sure. Maybe you should use it for something good instead of being a villain, said Star Sapphire, giving a smile to Jinx. I'll think about it, thanks, Jinx said with a violet blush. Ah, shouted an angry Supergirl, flying at full speed to ram Jinx. Stop, Supergirl, we've solved everything. Star Sapphire shouted, falling on deaf ears. Stop for that, girl. Supergirl said with red eyes. Wow. Help. Jinx screamed, scared. Nothing will save you now, said Supergirl. Stop, Supergirl, Deku shouted, jumping up to her and taking Jinx. Don't worry, Jinx, you're safe now. Thanks, Deku, said the girl. Stop her now. Supergirl said, grabbing Jinx's wrist. Hold on, she's just a kid. Star Sapphire protested, reaching for Jinx's other hand. The struggle made Jinx stumble backward, her arms pinned between them. Let me go, Jinx shouted, her voice shaky as she tried to break free. Supergirl accidentally pulled too hard, making Jinx trip and fall to the ground. "Deku, turn around!" Star Sapphire shouted as Jinx quickly adjusted her outfit, looking embarrassed but unharmed. "Oops, hey, I'm sorry girl, it was a big accident," said Supergirl. Jinx was covered with a magenta aura and stood up while trying to cover herself. "I curse you, Supergirl, you are doomed to a week of bad luck," Jinx shouted in a flash, leaving the sacks of money. "PFFF, please, bad luck isn't real," mocked Supergirl. "You're mean, how could you do that to a child? Luckily it was just us, otherwise her humiliation would have been worse," Star Sapphire scolded. "Come on princess, it was a big accident," he defended himself. "It wasn't just because of that, Supergirl, you got carried away by anger and made a girl younger than you cry and left her half naked. You have to control yourself more," Deku scolded, making Kara feel bad, who just looked down and yelled his arm nervously. "Sorry," Supergirl muttered. "Sigh, it's okay Supergirl, just don't get carried away." She had already given up. "Next time try to control yourself better," said Deku. "Let's go with the others, maybe Z can undo the curse," said Star Sapphire. "Den. I'm sorry, Kara dear, but I can't remove the curse from you," said Z. "What? Why not?" Izuku asked. "The curse on him isn't permanent and will only last a week, so there's no reason for it to have to be broken if it's going to be broken next Monday," Z said. "I don't know what they're so worried about, that bad thing isn't real," Kara said confidently. "I'm not really sure about that," Karen said. "Leave it alone, now pass me that milkshake," Kara said to Barbara, who enthusiastically gave her a milkshake. "You should worry more, curses are serious," Donna said. "Let's go too," said Kara, getting up and walking towards her training section. "Everything will be fine, I assure you, bad luck isn't real." Kara bent down to grab a weight and put it on her shoulder to do squats. When she was about to do one, her pants ripped, revealing her blue underwear. "Ah! Don't look, Izuku." Donna quickly covered Izuku's eyes. "Now you're going to say that bad luck is real?" Carol asked with a mocking smile. "That was just a fluke combined with the fact that the pants were a little tight on me," Kara shouted. Tuesday. Kara was walking through the school hallways with Jessica while they were talking until Kara stopped at a drinking fountain. But when she bent down to drink water, the tap broke and Kara got wet. Wednesday. Kara was flying through Metropolis and saw a thief steal an old lady's purse. She rushed to catch him but didn't see that her cape got caught in a flagpole and got stuck in it. Luckily Miss Martian retrieved the bag and handed it over and helped Supergirl get down. Thursday. Kara was in a pet store playing with the rabbits for a while, when a group of rocker teenagers from school came in looking at the snakes, but one of them saw Kara and took a picture of her. When Kara realized, it was too late because she had 2 rabbits in her arms while rubbing her cheeks with his. Friday. Kara was walking down the street with Izuku when a speeding car passed by and they saw a few patrol cars chasing him. Quickly, the two entered an alley. Kara grabbed the hem of her hoodie, pulling it off to reveal her Supergirl suit underneath. But before she could take off, Izuku let out a surprised gasp. "Hey Kara, wait. You forgot to close the front zipper," Izuku stammered, turning red as Kara quickly adjusted her suit, realizing the wardrobe mishap. Saturday. Kara and the girls were in Sweet Justice eating a dessert when Wally, carrying one of the orders, accidentally trips and knocks a bowl of ice cream over Kara's head. Sunday. Kara was at home quietly watching TV with her sister and mother when she left the living room for a glass of water, leaving her phone on the table. When she left her phone, she received a notification. Her sister took it and was going to call Kara when she saw the contact's name. "Izu less than 3 BB Kara, do you want to go out today?" Her sister, upon seeing it, quickly showed it to her mother. When Kara returned, she was interrogated by her family all day. Monday. "Finally today this week of suffering will end," said Kara, lying down on the couch in the den. "You didn't believe in bad luck?" Jessica asked as she read her botany journal. "Last time you said that was a load of rubbish," Z said as she read her gossip magazine. "You also said that everything that happened this week was a coincidence," said Megan, watching TV with Erie and Barbara. Kara just stood there quietly as she watched everyone angrily. "While you're here we'll go get some ice cream," Donna said, going up with the others. "Don't worry Kara, I'll stay with you," said Izuku, blushing at Kara. "Thanks Izu," said Kara. "You know about last time. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. It's just that the Supergirl suit is already tight enough for support, and extra layers would make it uncomfortable to move around in battle." "Why, you don't have to explain, Kara. It just caught me off guard," Izuku stammered, looking away. "Caught you off guard, huh?" Kara teased, smirking. I wouldn't say that but. Izuku couldn't refute remembering all the times perverted things happened in his presence. He never complained about it and even liked it. Izuku, said Kara, taking the green-haired boy out of his thoughts. Now that we're alone, I want to tell you something. What is, Kara? He asked, confused, barking his head, making Kara blush. That's exactly what I want to talk about. You see, Izuku, I like you. Okay? You're very sweet and I like that. You always help me and you're kind to me. You're one of the most precious people I have and I feel good with you. My sister and my mother made me see that what I feel for you is love. Kara. Izuku couldn't finish because Kara sealed her lips with his, a rough kiss but one that Izuku liked a lot. I may not be the most feminine or the most beautiful girl of all of us, but I want to be with you, Kara said with a blush. Cough. Kara and Izuku turned their gaze and found Z and Donna, who looked a little annoyed. Gee girls, this is not what it looks like, Kara said, getting up from the couch. Kara honey, look at this. Z walked up to Izuku and sat on his lap and proceeded to kiss him under the gaze of a hurt Kara. Do you see this, Kara? I had no idea, said an embarrassed Kara who was already about to cry. I have to go. Kara wanted to run but Donna's hand stopped her. Kara, you love Izuku, don't you? Donna asked, receiving a nod from Kara. Kara, look at this please, said Donna, letting go of Kara's hand and going to Izuku to kiss him too. What's going on? I asked, confused. You see, dear, we are sharing Izuku, Z revealed. Kara, we heard everything you said. It must have taken a lot of courage for you to say that, right? Donna asked. And that's why we think it's unfair that you don't have the chance to be with him like we did. Kara, said Izuku, getting the attention of the trio of girls. The truth is that I also enjoy having you by my side and I like you, but you have to think about it. If you are with me you will have to share me. Are you okay with that? Kara just smiled and gave a small kiss on Izuku's cheek. I like it and I don't mind. It will be fun to have you with two of my best friends. That sounded weirder than I wanted, said Kara. Kara dear, said Z, and when Kara saw her the mage jumped to kiss the Kryptonian on the lips, blushing. What? Izuku shouted, letting out a small trickle of blood from his nose. What was that, Z? Kara shouted, blushing. Well, if we share Izuku with us too, it will be fun, said Z, giving a smile. Oh? By the way, the others are in the apartment. My sister called us all and has something important to say, Donna said. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go, Kara said, pushing Z. Kara? Donna saw Kara and slowly approached her to give her a small kiss on the lips. Welcome, she said, smiling. What the hell? Poor Izuku couldn't take it anymore and just fainted.